What up? What up? What up? What up? I'm back home. I made it. It was an epic weekend in Dallas. I had fun. I saw my friends. Let's see, how many days did I work out? None. I did zero working out while I was in Dallas. I did have like a glass of wine Friday. Saturday had like a double shot of Don Julio, and I threw in a rehydrate inside the drink. I talked about that. Like, if I'm gonna have a mixed drink, I'll use my own mix instead of all that sweet and sour and the sugary packed stuff that really makes the recovery hard. I already am not like super an alcoholic consumer, so I keep my drinking to a minimum. Yeah, so to get this walk on. All right, let's get it. I'm off work today, yes. I was off yesterday too. And I was off Friday. Every day should be like this. Yeah, I haven't walked since my knee was kind of aching a couple days ago, and I took it easy and it didn't feel so bad after taking a day off. So I feel like these couple days was still probably good too, for that purposes, to take a break. I love this breeze. Yes, yes, and yes. I love being off work. Pretty sure I got sleeping eye. I was up early though. I shut it down kind of early last night. You know, I hadn't really slept. I was up kind of late. It was that Sunday night, and then had to get my sister to the airport in Dallas by 5 a.m. So at 3, I woke up at like 2:30 a.m. So I was editing a video to get up on YouTube, and then it was about like 3:45. I was like, okay, we gotta leave at 4:30. I have enough time to pack my stuff. I wasn't sure if I was just gonna get up and take her to the airport and then come back to my hotel, or if I was gonna pack, drop her off, and head out of town back to Houston. The latter was a much better choice because there was a super flood alert. Super flood alert in Dallas. And so it was raining hard. It was raining pretty hard. So I'm kind of glad that I just like got up and got out. You know, one of the things I feel like I haven't really covered is that I struggle with anxiety. Yeah, I'm one of the tens of millions of people that struggles with anxiety. And it's random, you know, over the years. I didn't really understand that it was anxiety. I just thought it's the way that I function. You know, I handle a lot of stress. I'm pretty cool, calm, and collect on the outside. So you wouldn't think, most people are like, you have anxiety? Like, yeah, that's probably the worst kind, like the internalized, you know. Inside my mind's going a mile a minute, and my joints and everything are probably all tightened up, like just with the stresses of, wait, what's next? What are we doing? I feel like the pandemic triggered area of anxiety that I had never really dealt with before. So back in like, I feel like September, I think it just finally caught up with me, man. I was just stressed out, and I woke up one morning and I was having a hard time like breathing, and it was weird. I never felt that way. And so, you know, my Hawaiian brother Big Wills is a master social work. He's the one that kind of hit me on anxiety when I was having an earlier bout. It was anxiety. And so I was coming here to visit them. I was like, you guys, I don't think I'm gonna come. Like, my speech is slurred. I'm kind of embarrassed. I was texting them. I was like, I'm kind of embarrassed that, you know, it was embarrassing. I was embarrassed about anxiety as a whole. It was like a weird thing, and I just felt like, well, to not be in control. You know, I'm a person who I'm in control. So some things you can't, and you have to learn to let it go. So anyway, it had gotten pretty bad to the point where I was having some serious physical effects. I would say back in September was when I realized, like, okay, something's got to give. Like, I started having like sweats randomly. I was getting dizzy often, like dizzy, like faint. And then I was getting numbness in my limbs. You know, I feel body numbness. That's how I know when I've been stressed out. Like I'll get that body numbness. And so I was going to my doctor. I was like, okay, well, I need to do like these checkups and all my physicals and my blood work. See if something's wrong with me. I think something's wrong. I went to every doctor. I did my annual checkup, my annual women's wellness, regular checkups. I went a couple times stressed out about anxiety, like breaking down in the office, like something's wrong. Yeah, so I did all my doctor stuff and I had everything done by December. Clean bill of health, nothing. Caligurl's healthy. So now it's like what the hell, dude? Like what's going on? So, but there's also a large portion of single people like myself who quarantined, self-quarantined and social distanced alone, sustained some PTSD from that too. And on another realm, like some people like, oh, couples stuck in the house together was tough, but also this single person all alone pretty much every day with the scary world outside. There was some, there was some stuff there, some emotional stresses that were just kind of, I didn't really trip too much. I just sort of threw it off. But yeah, I had enough, and it was affecting like my whole life and well-being. I got to the point where I wasn't going out because I didn't want to be around people because I would just be having episodes where I'd break out in a sweat, and no one wants to sit there and explain like, okay, I'm a person, I have anxiety, that's just random strange people. So yeah, I don't know, it was definitely a struggle. Thank God for Val Reezy. Like she just really was like my support system through all that. And I had a good friend, man, my boy Los Capone. Shout out to Los Capone. He understood anxiety, so he really like helped support me through that. Just like, sending messages randomly through Messenger, calling up, say, hey, how you doing? And just being available to talk things through. So shouts out to Los Capone, man. That was the craziest time ever. So anyway, I jump on therapy. Get therapy, man. Can't be shame. We need to talk to somebody. We need to let it out. We need to make sense of things. We need to become healthier mentally. I found my therapist. I picked kind of like the criteria that I wanted, like I called the Houston Anxiety Centers where I got my referral to. And so you have to go to therapy understanding that I have some areas that I need to get better. I have some issues here and I need somebody to help me figure it out. I'm contributing to what's going on in my life, and therefore I can control how it affects me. So if you go to therapy all defensive and you don't want them to bring up nothing about you or challenge you in any way, like you got to get your mind right. It's going to be challenging. You're going to shed some tears. You're going to feel hurt. You may even feel attacked, but it's making you become a better version of yourself. You know what I mean? So yeah, 9 months I did that and worked through it, and I learned how to manage it a lot more. It's anxiety, you always have it. It's just what level do you have it at? Everyone has anxiety. It just doesn't affect everyone in the same way. So I am thriving, and anxiety can't break me. That's for sure. A lot of times when I'm having effects, I have already been stressed out and over the threshold days before. So I think the main part of therapy is recognizing days earlier before I even get to this point. And then there's a lot of little exercises. There's a lot of personal things that I had to deal with too. Everybody has some type of hurts or something that you sustain. Some things you don't even know because you're just like a freaking kid. And kids like cope with things differently, and just, it just rolls off their back, or so you think. But it's somewhere inside there, just waiting to surface if you never address it. So people, seek therapy. Everybody needs to talk to somebody. There's no shame in it. Get it in. Become a better version of yourself. Be open to hearing about areas of improvement. None of us are perfect, and perspective is what makes us grow. So I would encourage everybody with any struggles, or any concerns or worries, get with a specialist and talk it through, and just get yourself catapulted to your next level and start overcoming the areas where you struggle. I'm a work in progress for sure. I say it all the time. I'm definitely not a ride, but I'm learning as I go along, and I'm open to change. And it's definitely something that I have no choice. My whole weight loss journey was change. And weight loss is a mental game more so than a physical game. So it all goes hand in hand. So don't be scared, you guys. Straight out the mouth of Cali girl. I'm the coolest, I'm the calmest, I'm the most collective. And I did therapy. Good shit. Thank you, Dr. Alex, for sure, for helping me change my life and get it together. It was the best. I don't even know why I felt emotional. I was not in a good place. That's for sure. I thank God, though, that I'm not where I used to be. Sorry, you guys. I'm just real. Yeah, so I don't want to see anyone suffering if you don't have to. Like, get it together. There's a change that you can make that can set you on a better path. Don't feel like you're stuck where you're at. There's always somewhere to go. If you feel you're at rock bottom, good. There's nowhere to go but up. Reach out to someone. A helping hand, everybody's got friends. I think the first thing is to withdraw. That's like the worst. You need to press in with someone who's positive. You know, not everyone understands it, so you can't just open up to anybody, but you find someone you trust and knows, and not someone that's just a yes, you're a great person. Somebody who loves you enough to challenge you to become a better version of you, to point out things, areas where you need to build and get better. I thank God of where I'm at, and I'm super excited at where I'm going. And there's nothing better than succeeding. Okay, you guys, I'm at 40 minutes, 1.68 miles, 4,306 steps. I definitely feel the dehydrated aspect of myself today. I noticed I do get dehydrated when I road trip, and I road trip to Dallas and back because I don't sit there and guzzle water, because I already know, like, I'm not gonna pull over and have to pee. So I'm minimizing my water, and then I was drinking a little bit. So I definitely, today's a banana bag day, and probably mix it with the rehydrate and maybe some Spark too. Yeah, but that's what it is. 42 minutes, 1.76 miles. Caligurl in the building, fresh off my weekend invade to Dallas. It was awesome. I had a great time. Shouts out to Val Reezy, my sister that came out from Cali to hang with me for the weekend. Her sisterhood, Lorinda, Letitia, and Sarah. And then shouts out to Mellow Dizzy for hanging with me this weekend too. And my boy Hot Sauce, it was good to see him too. I miss him. Love you guys.